So as we wake up on this Monday morning, this is what the National League West standings look like. The Dodgers with a half-game lead over the Padres. The Giants will show you their highlights a little bit later against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're 3 back. But guys, big picture here, the top 2 teams now dealing with some injuries. Remember, Mookie Betts is on the injured list with a fractured rib. And Manny Machado, we saw the injury there. No word on how long he's going to be out. Some big questions right now facing those top 2 teams.
Yeah, the biggest question for me is how long Machado is going to be out. Now, you know, as a hoopster, right? Sometimes you turn the ankle. It could be a long time before it's fully healthy. So we don't know yet. Mookie's a big hit because the Dodgers are not hitting home runs this year. And he's their home run leader. The last 4 years, the Dodgers finished first or third every single year in home runs. They're 6th this year. You look at some of the numbers for Freeman, who actually hit one yesterday, Justin Turner, Bellinger, Chris Taylor. They're not hitting home runs like they normally do. So I'd be a little bit concerned about that. That offense, to me, has been inconsistent.
Yeah, this is the injury right there that Mookie Betts
Yeah, that's broken rib or at least cracked rib there on the collision there. He actually came up smiling here and stayed in the game briefly.
That's a tough guy if you come up smiling here.
I'd be concerned about that. He's obviously provided a lot of their power so far. So we'll see how long Machado and Betts are out. But I think the Dodgers have an endgame issue, too. We know Trinan's out for the year, and Craig Kimbrell has been very inconsistent. When he doesn't land his breaking ball, and that fastball, as you saw yesterday, when it's down in the zone, it's hittable, and his command just hasn't been good enough.
You know, Tom, we're used to the Dodgers being superb because they have high-end stars in depth. And it's a little problematic this year. It's not just Betts is their best all-around player. Walker Buehler's their best starter. They're going to play a long time now without either guy. Usually they cover that up with depth. It's not as good. You look at the lineup. You say the names, but the names are not firing. Max Muncy's not firing. We have to ask a Justin Turner at age 37 question. He's got the 4th lowest OPS plus among guys with 250 plate appearances at this point. By the way, they've given him 250 plate appearances. That's the 4th most on the team. They're still expecting something from him. As you mentioned, Kimbrell. This is a team we're used to figuring it out. I would still bet on their pedigree. Right. I'd bet on their front office finding solutions. I'd bet on their minor league system giving them something. But it's not as strong as we anticipated because of what's happened the last decade.
How do the Padres cover now, obviously with no Tatis, still weeks away, and now seemingly without Machado for the short term? How do they cover that, especially offensively?
Yeah, it's really no replacing Manny because he does so much. I mean, he's a guy who posts every day. We know how great his defense is as well as the bat. So it's an opportunity for someone like Voit to pick it up, which he has been, as you mentioned, doing it lately. But this is a really big void for the Padres. I think, actually, I would say they pick it up with their pitching staff. I think they have some of the best swing and miss stuff in the game. They're just going to have to get by winning some 3-2, 4-3 games. And I don't think you can replace Manny. He's been that good. I mean, he's in a short discussion for MVPs in the league this year.
Yeah, deepest rotation in the National League. They go not just 5 deep, but you go 6 or 7 deep with them. So they have some solutions there. I will say, May 27th, they put Profar into the leadoff spot. Since then, they have the 3rd most runs in the sport. Of course, that's with Machado hitting 3rd. But also starting that day, we've seen it in New York, Tom. Luke Voit could get hot. He has 16 extra base hits, 7 home runs since that day also. They're going to need him to have one of those kind of hot spots we saw the last few years with the Yankees when he gets really hot to cover until Tatis Jr. and Machado gets back.
Isn't it interesting how switching up the order can make a difference? Big picture for this division. Dave Roberts had these comments, and I wanted to run it by you. I just don't see a division that's better than us. You can talk about the AL East, but top to bottom, every night we're playing within the division, it's a battle to win a baseball game. What's your reaction to that?
I think he's got a good argument. I mean, my first reaction was, of course it's the AL East. But I think the way Arizona especially is playing this year, and Colorado, when you play them at home, whether you're the Padres or not, they are a tough draw. It's a good point. I mean, listen, I think we can see all 3 of those teams at the top winning 90-plus games again. And I think Arizona is a difference maker. A team that lost, 110 last year or something, has been around 500, and their pitching is legit.
I'd still go with the AL East. They had 4 teams win. Yeah, they had 4 teams win 91 games last year. And Baltimore was a pushover. Baltimore isn't quite a pushover this year. No. They stood up to the Rays over the weekend. Their run prevention has gotten a lot better. So the bottom of the division is not horrible. And the 4 other teams, if we had a 16 playoff last year in the AL, they all make the playoffs. So I'd still go with them. But, I mean, I agree. You're top heavy, plus Arizona is good and actually might threaten for that 6th spot.
The Dodgers start the week with a trip to Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Reds.